Hey everyone, it's Rochelle and welcome back to my channel. So it feels good to be back with another video for you guys, and today I'm going to be doing a foundation routine. You guys know how much I love a good foundation. So you guys, I was going to do a first impressions video on the new NARS foundation, but I filmed the video almost 2 weeks ago, you guys, and the video didn't really turn out good. The quality wasn't as great, the lighting wasn't as great. I recently got new lighting and I'm loving the new lighting and all that. If you guys are feeling it, comment, let me know, and I'm definitely gonna do a lighting setup video and all that for you guys very soon, so you guys can see what I use. But I already wore the foundation, so this is the PR package that NARS sent to me. So this is the NARS Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. By the way, this video is not sponsored, just so you guys know. I'm just letting you guys know about the foundation. Yeah, but this PR package was sent to me by NARS. In the foundation shades, there's about 33 foundation shades. I think NARS is a pretty good brand. They always cater to deeper skin tone as well, and I'm here for all the shades. So these are the full sizes. None of the shades were a match for me, so it's a good thing they send these tiny little samples. That way I was able to test and find my right shade, and my shade in the NARS foundation is Tahoe. I tested, I loved it, and I went out and bought it, and I'm ready to buy another one because I don't want it to run out anytime soon, because I'll be wearing this like every time I do my makeup. So I really love this foundation. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm just gonna get into the video so you guys can see how I apply my foundation and how I got this flawless beat right here, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started, and I filled in my brows off camera and apply a base to my eyelid already for my eyeshadow. The video is obviously not about the eyes today. I'm gonna keep it really simple on the eyes. So it's all about the skin and it's all about my foundation routine. So the first thing I like to do is moisturize my skin first, because this is key, okay? Moisturizing is key, very important. Now you can use whatever moisturizer that works best for you. I personally love using the NIVEA cream, especially during these winter time where my skin is so dry, you guys, but this has been getting my skin all the way together. So I'm just gonna apply a really small amount of that. And yes, you guys, I have a broken nail. I know it looks raggedy. I'm gonna go get my nails done tomorrow. And sometimes I do apply a primer, sometimes I don't. To be honest with you, I feel like my foundation lasts long throughout the day anyways without a primer, so it just depends. Like some days I use a primer, some days I don't. Sometimes I'm just filming these videos and I know I'm gonna take my makeup off right after I'm done filming, so I don't even bother with a primer. Now we're gonna move on. I'm gonna take Melanie Mills Sandra Deluxe Peach Deluxe. I really love this. I haven't used it in a while. I love this so much, you guys. I used this yesterday and my makeup, my skin was giving me life. It just gives my skin a really nice glow, and you can actually use this as a primer as well. Sandra uses it all the time. I mean, of course she would. This is hers. This is her collab with Melanie Mills. You already know I love this stuff. This is the Maybelline Master Camo Color Correcting Pen, and this one is in the shade Apricot. Yeah, so you don't have to color correct if you don't need to. Only do it if you need to do it. I have a little bit of darkness here. I know I say that all the time, but I'm just saying it for people who are new to my channel. Yeah, so I do have a little bit of darkness, so I always do this first before I apply my foundation. And I color correct with the orangey tone because it cancels out the darkness. Sometimes when you apply your foundation and you don't color correct, even with like foundation and concealer, sometimes you can see the imperfections peeking through that foundation. Even with the most full coverage foundation, you can see that peeping through sometimes. So that's why I love to color correct. You guys know I love full coverage foundation, but even when I have a full coverage bead, I can see my dark circles if I don't color correct. I'm gonna take my Sigma flat kabuki brush and just blend that in. Don't you hate when you sit down to do your makeup and you forget to wash your beauty blender sponge? Well, that's currently what's happening to me, because I have everything so organized in front of me and I did not wash my beauty blenders. Like, I completely forgot about them, so now I'm gonna have to get up and get off camera to go wash those. So already I feel like it's doing wonders for my under eyes. Like, okay, come through. Now I'm gonna go in with the NARS Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation, and this is in the shade Tahoe. So this is the shade that I find that works best with my skin tone and my undertone. I really love this foundation, you guys, and I can honestly tell you that I've been actually wearing this for about maybe a week and a half now, and It is giving me life. You guys, I have a lot of foundation, but literally this is the one I keep going for all the time. Like, it's actually a really good foundation. The coverage is amazing. It still gives a nice natural glow to the skin that I like, but the coverage, amazing coverage. I'm just gonna apply that on the back of my hand. Crap, I need to go wash my beauty blender. So I'm gonna use the kabuki brush first and then go in with my beauty blender. And I'm just going to tap that all over my face. I mean, are you seeing that coverage? And this is just one layer. Like, I don't really need to add any more to this. And with this foundation, you can definitely build up the coverage as well. Just gonna pull it down to my neck so everything matches. It sits really nicely on the skin. It looks really smooth. It has a really flawless coverage. Like, I literally have no complaint about this foundation, you guys. I've been wearing it and I've worn it for long periods of time. Like, probably the longest I've worn it for is like maybe 6 to 7 hours. But yeah, it's really good. Like, the coverage is just absolutely amazing. So now I'm gonna go in with a blending sponge just to make sure everything is nicely blended and looking smooth and flawless. And this is the blending sponge that I'm using. This one is from LA Girls. I really like this one a lot, actually. All right, so for concealer, I'm gonna go in with the NARS concealer. This one is in Ginger and Biscuit. I use 2 shades. You don't have to do this. This is what I choose to do because I like my concealer to be really bright under my eyes. However, this one is way too bright on its own, and this is way too dark on its own. So I mix them together to get something that works really good with my skin tone, I find. So I'm gonna put down the shade Biscuit first. And you wanna make sure that your sponge is damp, not soaking wet. And just make sure you blend out the edges because you don't wanna have like a harsh concealer line right here. So now that I blend out my highlight, I'm not gonna leave it like this. So I'm gonna highlight the other areas of my face. So I'm going to apply some on my chin area, my upper lip, and down my nose and the center of my forehead. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and blend that. Sometimes I apply a little bit of foundation onto my sponge, just a small amount, just to blend it in with the highlight shade so it's not like crazy bright, like my highlight doesn't look too bright. And I did that. I just add a little bit of foundation to my sponge. And so now I'm gonna do some cream contour. I know this looks so yucky and just gross, like it's just a hot mess. But so this is the NARS Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. I didn't really like this foundation a whole lot. Like, I don't care for this foundation at all. I don't like it, but I do love it for contour, so I'm gonna use it to contour today. So I like to do my cream contour and then I like to go in with some bronzer to warm up my skin. If you feel more comfortable with powder contour, you can go ahead and do so. I actually feel more comfortable doing cream contour. I find that it's easier for me. So the brush that I'm using is from Real Techniques. This is their contour brush. And I'm just going to pop that into the hollows of my cheek. So I applied the cream onto my brush because I didn't want to just draw a line on my face because sometimes it can be a little bit strong and a little harsh. So I'm just using a little bit of the product just to chisel out them cheekbones. And it gives a more natural contour look as well. But you know me, I'm gonna put some bronzer on this. And I apply a little bit of that on my forehead as well. So you can contour your forehead to make it look a little bit smaller. I usually do this just because I want my forehead to look darker. It's not that I want my forehead to look smaller because my forehead's pretty small already. I just like it to look more tanned on top. And I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Blender sponge just to blend out any harsh lines. Just so everything look nice and flawless and blended. All right, so now I wish I could be one of those people who could just leave it like this and not add any powder, but I can't because for me, it's not gonna last all day long. So I gotta set this with some powder. So you guys, I just started using this powder 3 days ago. I've used it in the past and I liked it when I used it, and then maybe a month later, I wasn't really feeling it as much. Or you know what it could be? Maybe my makeup skills were not that good and I wasn't really applying it properly. I don't know. But anyways, I tried this like 3 days ago and it was giving me my entire life. And you guys know how much I love my Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Banana. I still love it. But I'm using the Sacha Buttercup powder, you guys. I'm really feeling the yellow tone in the powder actually. And when I used it in the past, I felt like it made my skin a little chalky. I don't know if the formulation changed or anything, but it was sitting so nice and smooth. Like, it was sitting really, really good on the skin. So I'm really feeling this, and you guys are gonna be seeing me using this a lot. So now I'm gonna go in with my Zoeva definer brush. This is not really a powder brush, but whatever. I use my brushes for whatever purposes. And I'm just going to pat that onto my skin. I mean, oh, look at that. That's giving me life. Okay, Sacha Buttercup, come through. Yeah, I'm really, really feeling this. Like, it sits really nicely on my skin, and it's amazing for deeper skin tone as well. And I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This is my favorite. Thanks to Alyssa Ashley that talked about this powder in her video. I went and bought it instantly because she looks flawless in it. So I apply a bit of that to my face just to set everything. So the shade that I'm using is Mahogany Deep, or Deep Mahogany, that's the shade. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes also. So I grabbed my beauty blender just because it's a little bit more pointy on the top, and I want to be able to snatch my nose. So I just apply a bit of that powder onto my sponge, and I'm just going to press that in. I'm just going to pull that up to my nose as well. Okay, so I know you guys heard me saying this a million times already. I don't like to bake. I don't bake because it makes my under eyes feel really dry and cakey and blah, 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 blah. The only reason I'm saying it like that is because someone actually said to me, they're like, girl, we know you don't like to bake, so stop telling us every single video. I only say that just in case if someone's new to my channel and they don't know this already, so that's why I repeat myself sometimes. So if it's getting annoying that I say that a lot, then I apologize. But yeah, I leave the powder on maybe for about 2 minutes and then dust it away. So we're not baking for no 10 minutes, whatever. Sometimes I don't even bother doing this, but I find that with this powder, it's been okay, it's been good. I haven't been getting any, like, you know, dry and flakiness under my eyes, and it doesn't look crusty and cakey. So I can leave this powder on for a little longer, I find. So now I'm gonna go ahead and dust away the excess powder. So I'm just using the Real Techniques face brush. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Expert face brush, but I like using it to dust away excess powder, and I also like using it to buff in my foundation. And I've been loving this bronzer a lot lately. This is Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. The shade came off the back, so I'm just going to put it in my description box. I'll find the shade and put it in for you guys. And I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite brushes. Unfortunately, this one is discontinued. This is the MAC 134 brush, but you can get something similar to this at Morphe. I don't remember the Morphe brush number, but they have one similar to this one. So I'm just going to apply that on my cheeks, bronze up my skin, and also along my forehead. And I'm going back in with my Real Techniques brush just to buff out any harsh lines. Just to make sure that my contour is nice and clean, I like to go and just apply a bit of that under my contour. Snatch them cheekbones. Now this is the only part of my face that I don't mind baking. I'll leave it on for a little bit. So I'm just gonna quickly do my eyes off camera because, as I said before, this look is all about the face. I quickly did my eye off camera. Really simple, really easy. If you guys want to see this, I'll film it. But it's pretty much my go-to. I feel like I've done it plenty of times on here, but it's really simple and easy to achieve. So now I'm just gonna go away and dust away all that excess powder. So now I'm gonna go in with some spray. This is the Tasha Luminous Dewy Mist Spray. You can use something like the MAC Fix Plus spray, or you can also use NYX's Dewy Spray. That one's actually really good if you want to add back some, you know, some glowiness back to the skin. So I'm just gonna go in with this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some highlighter. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. So yeah, I really love the formulation of it. I love the fact that it's very, very smooth, and I love that it's illuminator. So I'm just gonna go in with a fan brush because I like to apply my highlighter with a fan brush. So a lot of you guys always ask me, how do I get my highlighter to be extra bright, disrespectful, and beaming? So when I apply my powder to set my concealer, I try not to bring it out here and have it on my cheeks, because once I apply the powder there, then I go on top with this. It's just too much products on the highest point of my cheekbones, so my highlighter doesn't look as bright and as beaming. So I try not to apply a lot of products right here, especially powder products, because I want my highlighter to really show up. So I'm just gonna go on with the fan brush, and as you can see, my highlighter looks blinding. So that's really how I get my highlighters to show up really bright. Yes, honey. Now I don't like to leave it like this. I like to go in with a powder brush and just soften that a bit, just so we don't have a harsh straight line like that. And I like to add just a little bit of that on my nose and obviously blend it out a little. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to blush, and for me, I personally love using peachy tone blushes. One of my favorites is this one right here, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Radiant, and it's a blush kit with 4 different shades, so it's like peachy and pinks. It's a really nice blush, and I apply it on the apples of my cheeks like so. Kind of brush it up into that contour. Let me not go blush crazy, because sometimes your girl can go a little blush crazy, okay? And I'm just gonna go in with my buffing brush just to buff everything in. So I'm gonna go back in with the spray and just apply it right on the cheekbones. And you can use any setting spray to do this. Oh, and look at that glow. So yeah, that's pretty much the completed foundation routine. I hope this video was extremely helpful to you guys. And if it was helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on this video. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and let me know your thoughts. So I will see you guys in another video very soon. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.